Welcome everyone. Thank you all for coming. We've got an absolutely wonderful, hilarious play lined up for you. The whole cast has spent an entire term rehearsing, and I can tell you from personal experience, I've listened to these jokes maybe 40, 50 times. I still find them funny to this day. So I do hope you enjoy. Just a couple of housekeeping things first. You'll notice there are some cables going along either side of the main centre aisle. Do be careful, don't trip over them. Similarly, if you're sitting on the front benches on either side, there are two microphones that are connected to the camera that's going to be recording tonight's performance. So please don't swing your legs and accidentally kick over a microphone. That would be lovely. The main fire exits are along this aisle, down here, and along this aisle, up here. And there's also one side door there. So now, let the play begin.
Come gather here and close attend our tale. Fly with us forth across the hill and dale, to find the margin of this bloody war, twixt new and old on some forsaken moor, where grisling sky frowns down on scenes of death, all brought here by the man we call Macbeth.
There's danger pressing close on every side, so come along and here observe fate's tide. When caught up in her current, who can say if one or else the other holds the day? Now find us at the foot of history's book, which will someday set down the course we took.
How was that?
Oh, very good. Very dramatic. I was really scared.
You're not just saying that, are you?
No. Honestly, you'd blow them away at the next Witch of the Year.
I just think it's important to get the basics right, you know?
And you can't beat a good Eldritch poem.
Did you notice my iambic pentameter?
I did think the foot of history's book was a bit strange.
Oh, I can work on it. Do you think I should...
Oh! And so this is Macbeth. Goodness me, Vlad, this moorland is so dark, so dismal, so unpleasant. So much like the castle at home.
I know. Isn't it wonderful?
It's fabulous! The perfect place to look for a holiday home.
And this is even before the killing starts. It's been years since I lost on a house, my friend.
And look, it even comes with free snacks before the main event.
Free snacks?
I think he means us, Sabrina.
Well, he can bloody well mean someone else. I've been witching in this valley for 50 years, and this is my first big assignment. If he thinks I'm going to be dipped in hummus for his pleasure, today of all days, then he'd better think again.
Did you hear that, Vlad?
Yes, of course I've heard. But you've always been too easily excited, Edwin. Look at this lot. Not a wart between them. They're not real witches.
Not real witches, he says. Now you look here, boy. If I turned you into a newt, you'd soon believe in our abilities.
I suppose I would.
Go on, then.
Obliterate him!
Pulverize him.
Make him pay!
I'm not sure the National Trust would approve. This is a very carefully balanced ecosystem, you know.
Thought so.
This will save us finding a service station sandwich, Vlad.
No. We can't possibly be murdered this week. I've got a lot to do. It's a big job, you know.
Cackling.
Making tea.
Chasing newts across the playground.
Playing with destiny, as a matter of fact.
Village romances.
Practicing your cauldron polishing.
Counting your rat collection.
Playing with destiny, writing upon the stone slab of time, playing the Game of Thrones.
It's kings, Sabrina. Copyright lawyers are worse than vampires.
Kings, then.
Edwin, did she say kings?
She did, Vlad. Is that important?
Weren't you listening when I was showing you the brochure? We have to find the 3 witches that get Macbeth to murder the king. That's what starts off the all-you-can-eat buffet. So if these are those witches...
Right. So, You, know the king in these parts?
Not to speak to.
Do you know where we might find his, castle?
We might. We might not.
Then maybe you could direct us to him.
You'll find him at Dunsinane Castle, about 5 miles east.
Many thanks. And now, if you'll excuse us, we missed lunch.
Are you mad?
It's been suggested
What did I tell you before we came?
that I shouldn't forget to pack my toothbrush because...
No! I told you, we have to wait for the chaos, right?
Right.
See these three? They are the chaos. Leave them be, Edwin, and I promise you will have lakes of blood to swim in by the interval. We will bid you good night, midnight hags.
Who's he calling a midnight hag? It's not even as if it's midnight yet.
I really don't think you should have told him that, Sabrina.
Oh, what harm can it do?
And I've got years to go before I become a hag. Old Mary Mollis was 103 before they gave her the certificate, and even then they wouldn't give it to her until she'd grown a few extra warts.
We can't afford to make mistakes now. I'm pretty sure they were vampires. We can't let them loose on the locals without at least doing a risk assessment.
You can't go discriminating against people because of their diet, Hermione.
Ugh, we just can't make mistakes. We've worked too hard.
We should at least check some sources.
You
See what we
can't.
know?
You can't go citing your sources. No one will take us seriously as a coven,
It
Hermione.
says in Witchman for beginners who have to do everything exactly right.
Nice cravats they have, though.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yes, Your Majesty.
You know, this really is terribly troubling.
Yes, Your Majesty.
A dreadful occurrence indeed.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And I suppose it's all my own fault.
Yes, Your Majesty.
No, no, I really must insist. It is all my fault. What did you say?
Nothing, Your Majesty.
I think Sergeant McStabham was just saying what a shame it was, Your Majesty.
Yes. Well, I suppose I really should have realized sooner. The way that old corridor kept turning up behind me with a sword in his hand, or tipping strange potions into my food, or bribing the servants to give him the house keys. But, well, one doesn't like to assume, does one?
Standing behind you at the top of steep cliffs,
Yes, yes, removing drain covers in front of me.
and leaving live scorpions on your bedroom floor?
Well, I just thought he had rather an odd sense of humour, that's all. I suppose I'll have to see him executed. A great shame. See to it, will you, Macduff?
Of course.
And how goes it at the front?
Well, I spend most of my time at the back, but it seems to be going pretty well. Last time we did a head count, there were still more on our side than theirs.
Ah, excellent news.
And some of them were still attached to their original owners too. But here are some people who made no more, Your Majesty.
I'm a god, and I'm a guard. And what we do is stand around in the yard. I'm a god, and I'm a guard. But what we want is to be a bard.
What soldiers are these?
Well, this is Private Killer, this is Private Mauler, and this, I'm afraid, is Private Giggler.
And what can you tell us of the battle?
Well, from what we saw,
Which was all of it, obviously, from our place at the very front. Thinking, God, for the blind archers on the other side.
well, anyway, from what we saw, Macbeth was fighting pretty well.
Oh, absolutely. Swords flying everywhere.
We were glad he was on our side, I can tell you.
Beth, eh? I've always found him much too mild of a man. But he has transformed himself, it seems. Many thanks, gallant officers. I shall reward him greatly for this. You may go.
Dismissed.
Yes, that too.
Which one's Macbeth again?
Short one, watery eyes.
Oh, is he?
I thought it was the tall one.
What made you choose him anyway?
I don't know, I slept through the induction meetings. It was the only name I could remember.
There were induction meetings?
Not the name I was expecting.
War brings strange things from us all, Macduff. Now, go forth, I beg of you. Meet with Macbeth, and confer upon him the title which I shall have shortly to remove from the traitor.
Could I have the Wikipedia version of that?
Tell the general that he shall be elevated once again to a position far greater than his imaginings.
How about Sparknotes?
The title of Cawdor shall be his forthwith.
As you command.
Excuse me, was there supposed to be a point all this time?
Yes! Haven't you been listening to anything I've been saying?
I have listened to literally every word you have ever said. There has never once been a point.
Well, you know, it's chaos and destroying things, ruining it all.
Well, I do love a bit of chaos.
I suppose a little bit of organised chaos could be fun. So let's make chaos.
We are here to change what shall come, messing with the story we've begun, making up lies because
to take the familiar to the vet.
Not Imogen, is she?
You know, she's never been quite right since we got back from the Shetlands. I'm sure the weather didn't agree with her.
How about Saturday?
Oh, I don't know. Can I WhatsApp you tomorrow?
I don't use WhatsApp. Message me on Facebook.
All right. Let's just get off this blasted leaf, shall we?
Is that who I suppose it is?
Oh god, that's them, isn't it? We're not ready. This is way out of our league. I think we should just call the whole thing off. If the council finds out, we'll be executed or worse, expelled from witching.
Will you calm down? We'll be fine. Ugh, but this is totally unfair. He's not due yet for at least another couple of pages. I haven't done my hair, the cauldron's in
The cauldron? We're not ready. This is way beyond our core competencies.
No time. Come on, just go with it.
I haven't learned my lines yet. I was going to do that in the next scene.
Well then, improvise. Art thou Macbeth, the general of that name, whose glory spreads throughout the land in fame? Who wants to know? Your turn.
We, your sisters three of unholy fate, and here on this moor, your coming, we wait.
Whoa. Creepy, dude.
They can't mean me. I've never done anything famous in my life.
How do you know?
Maybe I like front page news on Witchy Witch magazine.
Oh god. Okay. We here bring you news of greatest import. But I can't think of any more words. Abort.
I tell you, if you will take it from me, that Scotland's next king shall surely be thee.
Whoa. That's very cool, man.
I'm sure there must be some mistake.
We are the three witches, and we make none. Believe us you must, before set of sun.
See? Go on, have another go. Try and get it right this time.
Believe us or not, it's for you to choose. But if you don't, buy a new pair of shoes.
You'll have a new title by end of day. That, if naught else, should convince you to stay.
Oh, that was good.
I thought so.
Rock on, man. You should go on like Scotland's Got Talent or something.
And art thou Banquo, the first of that name?
The one and only.
Macbeth shall be king in fullness of time, but not so his children. It shall be fine.
What? That's hardly fair. Come on, mate. My feet are getting cold.
Right on, man.
Is that how it was supposed to go?
Not exactly.
Ugh, typical. He's right about one thing though, it's freezing. Let's get indoors, I've got hot soup in the cauldron.
Yes.
Who's there, in the name of Beelzebub?
Macbeth! Don't you know me by now?
Who?
It's my damn castle! Let me in, will you?
Aye, aye, sir. Have a little patience. Aye, 'tis a trying.
And get my wife. I must speak to her upon the instant.
Upon the what?
The instant!
I do we got one of those. You might have to speak to her upon the sofa.
Just do as I command!
I hope you're going to wipe that blood off your boots before you come in.
There are greater matters afoot.
Yes, a foot covered in blood is going to stain my marble floors. And then a foot in a heavy boot might be applied to the back of your head.
I have very important news. I am to be king.
That's nice, dear.
I said that I am to be king, ruler of all Scotland, leader of the nation.
Yes, I heard. You've had a very long day, haven't you?
3 witches appeared to me and told me that I would be king.
Silly children playing tricks.
You will be queen?
What did they look like, these witches?
Well, I couldn't tell, it was dark.
And you didn't take a torch? Fool. So, Duncan is dead then?
No, alive and well.
Well, that will have to change.
What? How on earth?
Oh, I can manage it.
I have very important news.
Oh, not you as well.
My friend, what is it you have to say?
It is the king. He comes here tonight.
Oh, I have issued no invitation.
He needs none. He is always welcome under this roof.
That's not what you said last time you came. Last time you said me...
You must have him mixed up with somebody else. Or maybe me.
No, I definitely don't have him mixed up with somebody else, and definitely not you.
You may tell the king that we'll expect him for dinner.
It'll be a bit tough.
Tough?
Well, the cook won't have time to do a marinade.
I wouldn't worry about that. He's usually well basted by the time he gets here.
Who's that? Is it the people from the catering agency?
Catering agency?
You don't think I keep this place running all by myself, do you?
Well, that's charming, isn't it, Clara? Real gratitude, Clara. When I think of all the overtime I've worked for you, Mac Chef, all the gravy I've mopped up, all the flour I've slipped up, all the plates I've smashed up.
All right. No need to bore me to Macbeth.
Talking of boring.
Ah, yes. You're still here.
Talking of death, I mean. You'll never guess what.
Probably not.
Go on, Lara. Guess who's coming to stay?
Ooh, if it's my brother again, you'll have to tell him I'm not here. Say I got eaten by the Loch Ness Monster.
He didn't believe that the last 3 times. We're not going to guess, so you might as well tell us.
It's the king, if you must know.
King? It can't be. We've got nothing in the larder.
They do say he's coming to escape the plague in Edinburgh.
Oh yes, and bring it along with him, no doubt. The place will be filled with noxious vapours.
Should we wear masks?
We should make him wear a mask.
Zara, you can't make the king wear a mask.
With a kitchen full of carving knives. Want to bet?
That sounds like treason to me.
Well, I hope they give us plenty of warning before they behead us. I have to get a new hat. And I'll tell you another thing. We can't have the entire court descending on us like this. I haven't got the staff. I'll have to send for more people from the agency.
We haven't got time if he's coming tonight. Oh, I'm right over now, trying to bring someone back to help with supper this evening.
All I can say is, if we have to get...
There is a knock-in without.
A knocking without what?
Without the door.
Oh, it's a real talent, that is, knocking without a door. Go on then, open the thing.
Greetings, fellow humans. Can I perhaps interest you in a tennis racket, fly swap, frying pan?
Right then.
Oh, useful, aren't they? Frying pans.
What's that? The people from the agency?
What? In cravats? Escort agency, more like.
No. We are the people from the agency. The people you're expecting, those people, that's all. Us.
Oh, that was quick. You coming in then, or what?
Well, that depends. Are we invited?
Of course you're invited. Come in, for God's sake. You're letting all the heat out.
Ah, it seems we are invited. Excellent.
Been doing the job long?
The job? Oh. No.
That's the trouble these days.
Just a few hundred years. We had a startup company, you know. Trouble was, we had difficulty with stakeholder engagement.
We did our best to bring in fresh blood, but...
It sucks.
What?
Sucks. You know, your company going under and stuff like that.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
What sector was it in?
Finance. Finance, technology, you know, abacuses.
But, can you cook?
Yes, of course. Actually, some of us get a little overexcited around certain foods, don't we, Edwin?
Rare steak.
No problem there. You can make a garlic sauce.
Who's there?
Macbeth!
Who?
Macbeth!
Macduff? Who?
You know who I am. Open the door, will you? Is there any cats and dogs out here?
Oh, it's not as horrid as all that.
No, I mean literally, I just stepped in a poo.
Poodle?
What?
The joke is, I just stepped in a poodle.
Yes, I know. That's why this isn't funny. Now open the damn door.
Strange things happening out there. You know, I do believe witches may be abroad.
In weather like this, I wish I was abroad too.
Yes, France would be nice, wouldn't it? But isn't anyone going to take our coats?
Of course.
You can hang him in the stables to dry.
In the stables?
Can't have him dripping in the kitchen. The chef will go mad.
But
won't that mean
going outside?
Obviously. No, the boss is in the drawing room if you'd like to follow me.
Thank you.
But glad it's still daylight.
Not really daylight, I don't think. I mean, you can hardly call this proper daylight, can you? Not like home.
I don't see why we're playing along with this anyway. We've got an invitation, why can't we just take over the place?
You've got no patience, Edwin. None at all. Didn't you hear what the servants were saying when we arrived?
They've got some guests coming, so what?
Just some guests, my friend. The King of Scotland in the flesh.
And?
Think about it, won't you? The King, Edwin, the King, whose death starts the whole thing off. That's when we strike, remember?
Remind me.
Have faith.
I'd sooner have a plan.
What should we get at?
I think so.
They've reached decorators.
I do like the fuchsia color.
Well, now I
Believe you're expecting me?
No, we were expecting the king.
Oh. Well, that's lucky then. I am the king. You're not as tall as I was expecting.
You can't talk to the king like that!
Show some respect! Please, please. It's nothing I haven't heard before. In fact, to tell you the truth, I wore stilts for the official portraits.
Well, everyone is ready for you if you'd like to go through.
Oh, thank you.
Very kind of you. I'm really looking forward to it.
Vlad, I think we may have a problem.
How do you mean?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You know I always do.
But I don't think the chef was expecting to cater for all the soldiers as well.
Oh.
Yes.
I think we should go tell him. Now.
How could you do this to me?
We're sorry.
Sorry?
Yes?
You think sorry is enough?
Take it easy.
This was going to be the pinnacle of my career, Clara.
Not difficult.
The day I cooked a banquet for the king with less than 4 hours' notice without a single qualified person to help.
Hey! Do you mind?
It was all going so well, all according to plan.
Well, the soup isn't done yet.
And now, because of you two idiots, you buffoons, you fools of the highest order, it's all fallen apart at the last possible moment. Is there nothing you can do?
Of course there's something you can do. Don't give up. Look it up in your MacBook.
Oh, there's nothing.
Then get a McDonald's. But don't just give up now. We haven't got time.
I suppose maybe you're right.
Of course we are. By the time we're done here, you'll be winning first prize on MasterChef.
It's hopeless, you see. It's hopeless for me. I can't escape this whole mess that I've been shoved into. I'm helpless, you see. Helpless, and we have no chance of feeding all these soldiers.
Come on, guys. We can do this.
Are you sure? Of course we can.
Yes, I'm sure you can.
Shut up! It was you who got us in this mess in the first place.
That's you told.
Don't be bold. This is your fault too.
It matters not who did what, it matters what we'll do.
Tell me what we could even make. There's bloody nothing at stake.
Don't make me laugh. Don't you know what's at stake?
Well, we could do all the classics.
Something with presents.
Bag of chips?
We're making food for the king, not just some common peasants.
Guys, I have an idea. Haggis and chips.
Gotta work together to get to grips. Haggis and chips, haggis and chips. We can swing and make it a feast of haggis, tatties, and garlic leaves.
Wait, did you just say garlic?
Guys, not that I'm not loving this musical moment, but maybe we should just get on with it.
I'm still not sure.
Neither am I.
Just have to give it a try.
Maybe if we try something light, a simple fry, see if he bites.
We're just saying we take a lick of salt.
I suppose if that's your call.
Thanks for the advice, it's good to hear.
You guys talk really weird.
Now down to work?
Yeah, no doubt time.
I hope we get paid overtime.
If we pull together, we're sure to make it through.
Gotta work together to get to grips. Haggis and chips, haggis and chips. We can swing and make it a feast of haggis, tatties, and garlic heaps.
Okay, so, Zara, on potatoes. Lara, canapes.
We can do this now and always, 'cause I see now how teamwork pays.
Well, that's just for you.
Before I must have been sniffing glue.
Haggis and chips, haggis and chips.
Our new meal will be a coup.
Haggis and chips.
Can I just say
From
maybe?
the fire into the frying pan.
Haggis and chips, haggis and chips.
Oh, look at us, I am a fan.
Haggis and chips, haggis and chips.
Working together is really good.
Haggis and chips, haggis and
I
chips.
really appreciate your input.
Yeah, I can tell.
Gotta work together to get to grips. Haggis and chips, haggis and chips. We can swing and make it a feast of haggis, patties, and garlic meats.
Guys. This musical number has taken up half our time. We have 5 minutes.
Gotta work together to get to grips. Haggis and chips, haggis and chips. We'll have to swing it, I guess we'll see. Or maybe the soldiers could just go hungry.
What?
Nothing.
And so it remains only for me to say once again how very grateful I am to my good friend Macbeth, my confidant and most trusted companion, for his hospitality and for his help in the battles just fought, as well as those yet to come. Let us raise a glass, I beg of you all, to his valor and his loyalty. To Macbeth!
To Macbeth. You have done well. You have his trust.
It only makes me feel worse.
What's about what?
About not having caught that traitor earlier.
Yes, that.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Traitors can be everywhere. You can never tell who's going to be next. They can look like the most innocent people, and yet...
So not cool, man. That's so true. Do you remember that woman we met at the festival in Glasgow last year?
Hiding in the portaloo with the poker, how could I forget? Oh, and poor Duncan. Thought they were the best of friends, if it hadn't been for you, Macbeth.
Yes. Well,
Are you alright? You don't look quite well.
My husband is feeling a little ill at the moment.
No, I'm not.
Well, you will be if you don't watch it.
Is everything all right?
Oh, perfectly. Will you excuse us for just a moment?
Oh, of course.
Whatever, man.
What are you playing at?
we can't go through with this.
We can, and we will. We've come too far to go back now.
I've given the soldiers some of your most expensive vintage whiskey. They've all come to sleep it off.
You've done what?
You heard me.
We never agreed on that.
What were you going to do? Ask them nicely to pretend they never saw you.
Well, yes, actually. We can't do this.
We hear of what you think you cannot do, and so come forth to carry truly through the nature of the deed you do tonight, to push you over that last hill of fright.
All that we promise you upon our right hands, you will gain more than you lose by our grand plans, and Scotland's crown will rest upon your brow when you seize destiny's moment here and now.
There's no place I'd rather be. So what are you waiting for?
I suppose these are the
witches you told me about. Well, aren't you going to introduce me?
Well, I never got their names.
I am Sabrina, witch number 1.
I'm Hermione, number 1 witch.
And I'm Ursula. 1 witch number.
So, after all that they promise you, all that they think you can achieve, and you'd rather just let it all go, miss out on the opportunity for greatness, leave your rightful crown on someone else's head?
Well, rightful is always a bit tricky when it comes to kingdoms.
I'm gonna end up doing this anyway, aren't I?
Look here, if you want to ruin your chances of being king, that's your affair. But I can't and won't put up with losing my opportunity of being queen, even if it means I have to hold the knife myself.
My friend the king is just a man.
A stupid guy with a stupid plan.
He is innocent, he's done no wrong. He shouldn't be in this murder song. I'd like to think I'm a friendly guy who wouldn't stab people in the eye.
But you could be the king this time. You are the one who's next in line. If you give murder a chance, grab it with your hands, give him a stab or two. You could be the king, you know it's worth the sin, 'cause murder is good for you. If you give murder a chance, grab him with your hands, give him a stab or two. You could be the king, you know it's worth the sin, 'cause murder is good for you. The day I chose to be your wife, I married for the style of life. The luxuries should never end. They shouldn't stop for your stupid friend. It's been foretold you'll rule this land. Think of all that power in your hand. But let's be real, I'll take control. Now let's get on with this murder show.
If I give murder a chance, grab him with my hands, give him a stab or two. I could be the king, I guess it's worth the sin, 'cause murder is good for you. If I give murder a chance, grab him with your hands, give him a stab or two. I could be the king, I know it's worth the sin, 'cause murder is good for you. If I give murder a chance, grab him with your hands, give him a stab or two. You could be the king, I know it's worth the sin, 'cause murder is good for you. It might be illegal, but it's just cool to do.
Fine words, my lady.
Based on fine feeling, my witch.
Be your word. Is it right? Will the crown fall into your hands tonight?
It will be so. And we'll go
Ah, you're back at last. You know, I was just saying, this steak is very underdone. A bloody business indeed tonight has turned out to be, eh?
More truly than you can imagine, Your Majesty.
I say, foul weather we've been having tonight, eh?
Sir, I must agree. Agree, sir, I must. In fact, yes.
You know what?
What?
I think the sergeant is drunk. Well, I think that you're drunk.
I think that you're drunker.
Is that someone, do you think? What? Get into trouble?
We're always in trouble.
We'll be in trouble, right?
You know, I do enjoy the opportunity to partake in the banter of the common soldier. I find it greatly refreshing.
What's he saying?
I don't know. Wasn't listening.
Well, I think I will retire now.
What is he saying?
He says he's retiring.
So should we get him a clock or something? I thought it was called die-catting when kings did it.
He means he's going to bed, idiots.
You may leave me now. Thank you and good night.
Right.
Left, Sarge?
No. Definitely right. Right. Then. Private killer. You're on first watch. Stand by the door and shout if you see anything unusual. Then what happens, Sarge? Me and the others come running. All right, let's go and have a sit down.
Now, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Well, it's not exactly rocket science.
What's a rocket? Oh, never mind. I'm just bearing in mind my audience. Now, this is a knife. Yes.
Yes.
And what are you going to do with it?
To kill the king. Oh my god, I'm going to kill the king! What am I thinking? I must be mad because...
Right. We can, and we will. You will. Now go. Take the knife. You know what to do.
Very well.
I want asking you to. Just get it over with.
Ow!
terribly inconvenient. No, but you see, I can't possibly be dead. Look, I'm standing up. I can touch you.
No, I believe you, but
Now look at that. You know, these pajamas are silk. I'll never get that properly repaired.
how on earth?
I know, you just can't get the tailors these days. Tell you what. Have another go.
Well, bugger!
Well, I give up. The man's impossible to kill.
God, you're useless. How are we supposed to rule properly with the old king living in the basement? It'd be like when we first got married with your mother living in the spare tower.
Well, I don't hear you having any genius solutions.
Now that's just where you're wrong. I've invited a group of experts to give us some assistance. You can send them in now.
My lord, ladies and gentlemen, I present Buffy and... That's not Buffy. Private Giggler? Not again. Bad Giggler, bad. Back to your post. My apologies, Your Majesty. I present the real Buffy Ann Summers, Abraham Van Helsing, and an executioner.
Is the circus in town?
If you're gonna be like that, we can go home.
We've examined your situation very carefully.
We have paid great and careful attention to every aspect.
We have considered each and every option, and we have all come to the same conclusion.
Well, tell us.
A really big axe.
We've tried that.
What? But decapitation is fatal in 99% of cases.
What's the 1%?
Well, the mating habits of the praying mantis are...
Got it, thanks.
Well, if that isn't working, I can only think of one solution.
You can?
Of course. Why didn't I think of it before?
Which is...
A steak.
Oh my god. We've tried that. He just says it's too well done and asks for a glass of red wine with it.
A wooden one?
Oh.
Don't handle with these newfangled modern inventions. Give me a good old axe any day.
Well, if you can't learn to move on with the times...
Enough! Clearly, you're all incapable of giving a sensible suggestion. Get out before I have you sent to the dungeons.
But...
Right! That's it! To the dungeons with you!
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Definitely. And I think you're right. I should pick that up before I stand on it. Also, it would be so much more fun if we could turn into pigeons instead of bats.
have a serious problem in our hands. Because somebody couldn't wait 10 minutes before meals, things aren't going to schedule, are they, Edwin? Because somebody had to make sure Duncan is undead, which means that all bets are off and nobody can predict what's going to happen next.
So not about pigeons then?
We had a plan. Just a few days, I said, and we could feast to our heart's content, but oh no! Somebody had to get peckish and have a nibble at the king! Of all people!
It's not really that bad, is it?
Not that bad. The first person to die in the whole play now literally cannot die. Come on, we need to think. Well, I need to think. You can stand next to me and join me for the bit where you know the words.
It's mad. The king, all dead and that. Crazy times.
For goodness sake, Dad, it's not the 800s anymore. Do you have to talk like that?
Kid, when you get to my age, you'll realise that being hip and groovy never goes out of style. It all comes round again.
No one is going to be stupid enough to talk like you again.
Hey now, play on, my dude. Have some respect. I got some mad stuff to impart, bro. Thought it was maybe too wild with old but now old Macbeth's on the throne, you know? Maybe it's not.
What are you going on about?
Calm down. I'll tell you all about it. Now, you know, Macbeth and I, we were walking in the forest of the magic mushrooms. Who should appear to us, right? But 3 witches. Anyway, Macbeth, now, he was going to be king. But me, I'm going to be the father of kings.
You seriously,
Totally rad.
you seriously think a bunch of witches told you that Macbeth would be king?
Dad's not always wrong.
It's 98% of the time then. Tell you what we could do to figure it out.
Sales, sometimes you're just as weird as Dad.
Talking to the dead is not weird, Flails.
Why am I the only sane person in this family?
It wouldn't be hard, that's all I'm saying. We could summon Duncan, and he could tell us who killed him.
Gracious king, O subjects, approach and ask of me what it is that you would.
We will be leaving today. This castle is not a happy place. I'm sure you understand.
You're looking at this in entirely the wrong way, you know. This is not just the place where the old king died, but the place where the new king was crowned.
Even so, I think we'd rather go home.
And miss out on the honours which are to come.
I have all the honours that I will require.
And would you like to keep them?
Is that a threat?
Her Majesty does not make threats. The very suggestion is treasonable.
That one was definitely a threat.
Your Majesty?
These people are expressing treasonable sentiments in my royal presence. Kindly have them removed. Removed?
I suggest the dungeons.
It's been some time since they were used, but I imagine the locks still work. They don't tend to go out of date.
Take them away.
I'm sorry I doubted you. I quite like being king.
It does have its compensations. I had half a dozen of the most irritating people in the kingdom executed yesterday.
Well, I don't think it was terribly fair of you. I mean, I know you never liked the local knitting club, but... excessive?
Well, what goes around comes around. They wouldn't let me join, so they brought it upon themselves, haven't they?
Indeed.
You rang, your majesticals?
We require dinner to be served to us here.
In the throne room?
Now that we have them, we intend to keep them.
Just as you say, your majesty. And will Banquo be joining you?
Why should he?
I heard a rumour he was planning a seance to contact the dead king. I thought this might be as good a place as any.
He's doing what? We can't possibly allow that.
Can't we?
It's meddling with the occult.
Well, a little light meddling never hurt anyone.
When people go meddling with the occult, my dear, they expect to find dead people, don't they? And they get very annoyed when they don't.
I don't understand.
It's very frustrating, isn't it? When you can't talk to the dead people you want to talk to. Almost as if they aren't there at all.
Well, yeah, but... Oh, yes, very annoying.
And occult dealing is a crime.
At the very least, have Banquo brought here immediately and tell the guards to prepare a cell in the dungeons.
Wait! Do no such thing. You may go, whatever your name is. Take the day off. Go for a picnic.
It's raining brass steroids.
Such is life. Far better than the alternative.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, do you still have those knives?
drowning quota, but that's not going to be submitted for another month yet.
I did have something actually.
Well, go on.
I'd like to propose a motion that we should have all our coven meetings indoors from now on. It's just that all these storms and things, they mess with my chakras, and it's really not sparking joy.
I second that.
But having them outside is tradition. It's the way things have always been done. Besides, it's way more atmospheric than looking at Hermione's baby photos on the mantelpiece. No offence, Hermione.
Atmospheric is just damp though, isn't it?
All right. I'll put it on next month's agenda. Now, on to our next job.
Next job? But that's the end of the agenda. If you wanted to do something else, you should have submitted it in writing no less than 24 hours ago.
Steady on, Hermione. It's nothing major. I just think it would be a laugh to check in on how the new king is doing.
It sounds like fun.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt.
Fine. Pass me the remote for the crystal ball. I think you're sitting on it, Ursula.
This one?
No, that's for the cauldron thermostat, the long one.
This one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, looks like this new job's bringing out a lot of new qualities in Macbeth. Scheming, politics.
Oh no, it's all going wrong. You're not supposed to achieve this level of meddling without at least a level 2 crone license. If this goes any further, we'll be in full-on hag territory.
Hermione's right, as painful as it is to admit.
I'm always right!
Any sort of meddling involving more than 2 people has to be cleared by...
Well, I know. It's just, I never thought those vampires would get so involved. We let them go, and that was our mistake.
Not ours. Yours.
We need to fix this. We need to call in reinforcements.
Yes, I will file a report with the council.
Dear God, no! I'm not having that load of busybodies all over my witching territory. No, we're going to fix this before they ever find out it's a problem. We are going to call in the Laddie of the Lock.
No.
Yes. Isn't that a bit much?
No, it's the only option we've got if we want to get back onto the proper course of fate. Come on now, no time like the present.
Well, I miss you've all made of this then, eh?
Thank you, we had notice.
And if we're gonna clear things up, it's gonna take a little sacrifice.
Oh, what are we talking here? Animal sacrifice is a regulated thing, you know?
No, nothing as drastic as all that. Just a wee bit of alcohol sacrifice, that's all.
But that's blackmail.
I don't think we have much choice, Sabrina.
All right. You tell us what to do and we'll do it. On my word as a witch. Fair enough, I wouldn't trust a witch either. On my mother's grave, will that do?
For now. So, first things first, we're gonna need to knock Macbeth back off the throne. You'll put him there, now you take him off. Fate is mercurial, right? If any of you were licensed hags, they'd have taught you that. Nothing stays the same forever, except me. So, it's about time we got the wheel spinning, right?
But how do we do that?
A little something called democracy.
What now?
Democracy. You must have heard of it. Everybody gets a say.
What? Everyone? I can't see that one catching on.
Besides, how does that help us?
Every king knows, deep down, that he only owes the throne because his subjects allow him to. They always outnumber him. So all we have to do is persuade the Scottish people that it's worth the trouble to get rid of him.
But how?
We have to create a situation so awful that they cannot put up with it any longer. And then we have to make it Macbeth's fault. So get your coats, lassies, because we're off to be very provoking to a very powerful man. We're gonna incite him to murder again and again and again.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Very hard work.
I mean, you've done it before. Managing people is easy. You killed Duncan because you dangled the carrot in front of him, and you did it well. But this is advanced stuff. This time we need the stick of fear.
Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Thanks.
I don't know, I can hear someone who sounds like you.
I don't think he sounds that like me. This is well, Ruby, man. Can you please shut up? I'm trying to get through to the other side.
The other side don't seem to be answering.
Hey, babe, it takes a while on the other side.
I still don't like this. It feels spooky.
Nah, Banquo's right. This is dead cool. My gran used to do it all the time when she wasn't reading the tea leaves.
What?
She's just really good at speaking to the other side.
Well, maybe we ought to get her to do it for us.
Oh, yeah, I mean, she's finding it a lot easier these days. At least I hope so, or else it would be pretty lonely.
What?
She got caught up in a hit and run a couple of years ago.
I'm sorry.
They didn't even get the horse registration number.
Can you please shut up? I think I'm getting something.
Hello.
Oh my god, it's not worked before.
Hello. You're through to the other side.
Fantabulous, man.
In order to be connected to the appropriate person, please select from the following options.
Well, this wasn't in any of the books.
On your Ouija board, please select 1 for family connection. Select 2 to query an outstanding bill. Select 3 for prophecy. Select 4 for all other services.
It's got to be 3, right?
But we don't want to know about the future. We want to know about something that's already happened.
Definitely not a family connection.
God, no. The dumpster owes me 50 quid for our last karaoke night. That counts as a bill to me. Okay. I'm going to press 4.
You have selected option 4. Please hold. An afterlife operator will be with you shortly.
I'm not so sure about this.
Hello. This is Helen speaking. How can I help you today?
Hi, Helen. We're hoping to speak to a King Duncan. Is he available?
I've got 15 of them up here, my love. You're going to have to narrow it down.
It'll be the most recent one?
Ah, yes, I have him for you here. Just one moment, please.
I say, they tell me you even asked me to speak to me. Is that so?
Ha! Flails, you owe me a tenner. Yo! Dunkin' Donuts, man! You're looking a little different. How's Dad treating you?
Different? He's a totally different person.
Well, he's dead. You can't expect him to look the same.
He's shrunk by 2 feet! I cannot be with you long, I fear, long enough to answer what questions you may put, and then I must return to wander this immortal plane once more.
Bad luck, my dude. I understand. Can we get Helen back?
Who are you?
Never mind us. Who are you?
I'm the king. I'll have you know. Well, one of them. King Duncan the 15th.
Never heard of him.
I don't know. Rings a bell? Learned about him in history, maybe?
Oh! Are you the one who, with the 16 feather duster?
There were only 4.
Yeah. Sure. But that was centuries ago. Where's our Duncan?
Helen. Can we get another Duncan, please?
Certainly, my love. Just one moment, if you please.
Are we just working through the whole back catalogue?
Hi, Dad. Long time no see.
Too right. Would a bunch of flowers on the gravestone occasionally been too much to ask? Now, what the hell is going on here?
This lot are trying to get in touch with a King Duncan.
Oh, well, it's their lucky day, isn't it?
We are not the Duncans they're looking for, though.
Oh. They must mean great-granddad. Do you remember him?
You mean the one that had his horse? Yeah, I could never figure out how he's going.
That's the one. Call him up, will you, Helen?
One moment. Trying to connect.
Can't a man get any peace and quiet around here when he's trying to be dead?
Oh, Helen, these Duncans are no good, Helen. You've got to have someone a bit more up to date.
Up to date! Up to date, he says! You think we just hang around up here, rattling our chains? Oh, no, no. We keep abreast of the situation.
We know who's who and what's what, and let us tell you, we ain't taking this lying down.
Keep it short, because I'm quite gassy. So listen up, lads and lassies.
So you're dead. Legally, physically, and socially.
You pushed up one hell of an oopsie daisy.
You said over my dead body, and they said that'll do.
You came, saw, and conquered, till you conquer somewhere new.
You were top fish, big dog, le rade small heart.
You made your deathbed, now you're lying beyond. I was King Duncan, lucky number 13, and many human rights did I contravene. I mongered wars, I hungered whores. There was fun to be had all round. I was a brutal tyrant, caring only for my whims. The realm was a political pool party in a game of sins. But the financial budget was not on my agenda. My soldiers said not killing them didn't count as legal tender. My armies had enough, so ashes to dust, and I shuffled off to On Beyond and Lies Ahead, a near Carlisle experience. Dead and life ends dead, and all you are is experience. Live by the sword and die ignored, we're waiting here for thee. So eat, drink, and make memento merry. I was the youngest brother, well, once. Then the other as died tragically young. One came down sick, one took a trip to France, then he fell into a shock. It was a great tragedy of suspicious circumstances, but at family gatherings there were awkward glances. I died on my birthday, never trust a gift pinata. There were no sweets, the bat struck me right in the Magna Cartas. And the dying horse they're beating is you, straight into glue too. On beyond and lies ahead, a near Carlisle experience. Dead and life ends dead, and all you are is experience. Live by the sword and die ignored, we're waiting here for thee. So eat, drink, but make memento merry. Let us hear that death rattle! On the other lies ahead, a near Carlisle experience. Dead and life ends dead, and all you are is experience. Live by the sword and die ignored, we're waiting here for you. So eat, drink, cause you'll be us soon.
Duncan?
Dunk out.
Wait! How did you die? It was the violence.
Oh, my head hurts.
Really? How's it feel? Like 20 people used it for a trampolining party, I think. What's a trampoline?
No idea.
I'm never doing that again. I don't understand. I did everything right. If Duncan was on the other side, we'd have found him.
Which can only mean
He wasn't there.
But then, where was he?
Faith. But here's a spot. A mark, a damned mark, a speck of blood. A red spot on my palm, and will it never wash out? Blood will have blood. Blood and blood again. Blood in these great oceans swelling forth from my hand.
Did she say?
I think she did! Oh, Vlad!
Stay strong, Edwin. Stay strong. We've lasted this long without it. Well, I have. Remember what I told you. Focus on your breathing. In, out.
In, out. In, Vlad.
In, out. Yes, Edwin?
We're undead. We don't breathe. Remember?
Right, of course. I was wondering how long it would take you to spot that.
Spot, you say? Spot? Aye, such spots as have never blemished my skin since I was 15 and in pure hygiene. Spots of blood like the plague.
What's she talking about?
Haven't a clue. But don't worry, I don't think she does either. There isn't any blood.
Still no blood. This is ridiculous. You promised me lakes of it.
Remember what I told you. We don't need it. It's all in your mind. So if you can push through the wall, move!
No. I mean, this is Macbeth. The stuff should be dripping off the walls by now. Scotland should be drowning it under a reign of terror. And since that's clearly not about to happen, why don't we just go home?
I see blood where I look. It follows me, chases me, returns to its beginnings, and yet, who would have thought that old Duncan would keep all his damn blood in him?
Do you think we ought to get someone?
Now, let her fall off the battlements if she wants to. Saves us a job for later. Now, we can't just give up. I still want to win this castle.
So, can't we just give her a push?
Haven't you caused enough chaos in this story already? You can just go killing off characters whenever you feel bored. There are some rules, you know.
I'm sick of rules. It's all you ever talk about. No, Edwin, you can't bite her. It's not your turn yet. No, Edwin, you can't turn into a panther and climb the tree. The rules say it has to be a bat.
But you can't turn into a panther anyways. It's outside your power.
That's not the point! I want to be allowed to turn into a panther even if I can't.
What?
That made more sense in my head. But are you sure we can't just give her a nudge? No one would know.
Believe me, Edwin, Penetians will have far greater rewards. If we push them now, we may have the castle. But if we wait, I promise you, the kingdom.
How does that work, then?
They're inexperienced, these witches. That and your interference have made things delicate, tricky. We can't predict how things will turn out anymore. With Duncan still alive, there's every chance the Macbeths won't be able to hold the throne for much longer, and all our plans will be upset. But the chaos will come, Edwin. Our chance at seizing the throne will arrive. It just might be a little delayed. We've waited 500 years. What's a few more months?
Gosh.
Do you understand?
I do, Vlad. I'm sorry. The stars are bright tonight, aren't they?
They are. But don't worry, there's no chance of them turning us to dust.
No, that's not what I... Oh, never mind.
Did you have something to say?
The sky is very dark, Vlad, and the darkness It reminds me of you. You see?
And as long as I wander the battlements, I suppose they'll never think of asking me if I want another drink. Typical. All your life you spend and give to this castle, and yet, what are you two doing up here anyway?
Oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing at all.
You wanna watch it? Wanna wandering around here in the middle of the night? Not very warm either. People might think you're up to something. Or several somethings.
Think you will, bear it in mind.
Here's me thinking it already, see? What did I yell to? Tell you?
Amazing. I don't know how you do it.
I will. Since I like you both, I'll tell you. I knew I was thinking it, see?
Utter genius.
It is. And there's not a lot of people around here who appreciate it. Well now, I'll be going. I wish you gentlemen a good night. Or a good morning. Is it the morning?
It's 2:15.
Ah, I thought I was getting up for breakfast then.
Well, isn't the castle beautiful? Just like
home, right? Grey stones, grey skies, flickering torches. I mean, people aren't as afraid of us here, but that can easily be arranged once they've got some first-hand experience.
Well, yes, I suppose so, but that isn't actually what I was going to say.
Oh, don't tell me. It's the suspense, right? The uncertainty, the sense of not knowing who is going to survive, what's going to happen. It makes me feel so alive. Which is hilarious, really.
You see, Vlad, the thing is, that's not all that makes me feel alive.
A fresh coffin in the morning. The beautiful contrast between ruby red blood and white fangs. A well-tied cravat.
Oh, Vlad, I knew you felt the same way.
It's a kind of lust, isn't it?
Well, yes, I suppose if you want to put it that way, I suppose it is.
A want, a yearning, a need.
All of those things.
Well, you don't have to worry about it anymore, my friend.
You mean?
I've been cruel. I've been blind to your needs.
No, not really.
No, I have. And I should have been more understanding. But I'm going to do my best to put it right.
You are?
I am. After all, there are plenty of horses in the stables.
I'm sorry.
I mean, what? One warm-blooded creature is much like the next. And if you're really that desperate for a meal...
Oh, no. Look, there are some things I should probably tell you. Always lurking in your shadow, from Transylvania to Glasgow. I know you think that I don't listen, but when I'm with you, I glisten. You're just sharper than me. When I met your clan, they thought I was your tea, the steakhouse. The movies took you out, hoping you'd sink your teeth into me. Always the man with a plan. Why can't I do what you can? When blood scheming, I'm dreaming about taking my chance. But just when I thought it, I'm constantly thwarted. Would it be evil to spend eternity with you? And where'd you go to share your feelings when you hang from the ceiling? The obvious spots are so unfriendly. No vampires in Wendy's.
So when
scheming, I'm dreaming about taking my chance, but just when I thought it, I'm constantly thwarted. Would it be evil to spend eternity with you? And when I took you to the opera, I dressed up all proper. The woman next to us, seat 13, enticed you with her nosebleed. The heat goes, I could scream, always thinking about blood, never looking at me. Now I'm sick, take my hand. If I had a pulse, you would know where you stand. That I'm your biggest fan, don't you think we should bang?
What?
Hang out more. You are my regnant messiah, you are the one I admire. Why keep our caskets apart? You put your stake in my heart. But just when I've thought it, I'm constantly thwarted.
Nothing more morbid when demons get courted. Would it be evil to spend eternity with you?
Well, this is boring.
That's the third time you've said that in the last 10 minutes.
I'm only saying what you're thinking.
No, I am not.
Winning the throne was exciting. It was tense and bloodthirsty and dramatic.
You practically wet yourself.
I did not.
In fact, I was talking to Lara, who does your laundry.
The point is, winning the throne was an achievement. But now that I've done it, sorry, I mean now that we've done it, what is there left to do exactly? We can repel barbarian hordes, that sort of thing, but there aren't any. Sergeant McStabbern even offered to dress up a few soldiers, but it wouldn't be the same, would it?
You're not actually inviting a coup, are you?
Well, of course not, but it would give us something to do, right?
Yes, followed very quickly by never having to do anything ever again, I would imagine.
I believe they sometimes let you live.
Not when you murdered your way onto the throne in the first place, my dear. Or tried to, at least. I believe the saying is, what goes around comes around.
Really? Interesting.
Even trying to kill a king is quite a serious crime.
Ah, but that's the genius of the system, isn't it? I'm king now, so they'd have to kill me.
How about taxation?
I imagine there are faster methods of execution.
No, my dear. As your new hobby. Something to keep kinging interesting.
Oh, of course. But I don't know anything about economics.
Well, don't let that stop you. You like money, don't you?
Of course.
Then just put all the taxes up. What could go wrong?
But then we've solved taxation, haven't we? So now what?
There's the coronation.
But we'll have to solve taxation first. Someone has to pay for it.
And then there's... Oh. Hello, you three. Long time no see.
How kind of you to join us.
Congratulations are in order, Your Majesties.
Isn't gratitude a wonderful thing? After all we've done for him.
We could have asked for a knighthood each, or a lot of money, or even a castle. Did we?
We did not. All we wanted was a little bit of appreciation. Just a thank you would have done. Just some recognition of the work we put in to get him on the throne. And did we get it?
Did we? Do you remember even getting a thank you card?
Not so much as a note.
It is unwise to upset witches, my dear.
Surely so, but I'm having such trouble concentrating at this moment. They remind me so much of my Auntie Vi.
Was she the one who was burnt at the stake?
No, although I think most of us wish that she had. She was the one who visited last Christmas and complained about everything. Macbeth nearly resigned then and there.
Well, there we have it.
Doesn't even want to know why we're here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why are you here?
We have more important news to give you, but I'm not sure you deserve it.
And since you've already had the free sample, there will be a charge this time. Your firstborn child should do, whenever you get around to it.
I can't promise you that.
Really? Most people do. But I suppose if family is more important to you than getting on in life,
I'm the king! How much further on in life do you think I need to go?
There's the thing.
Oh no, not another prophecy, please.
what you have gained is all well and good, but this you must know, if keep it you would.
There are those around you who have the strength to cut your reign short before its full length.
What you have now you may take as a pleasure, Lord Macbeth. But will it endure when you meet your death?
That didn't scan.
It wasn't supposed to. The rhyme was a coincidence.
Okay. So you are telling me that someone is planning to overthrow me?
No. Doing that it would be totally improper. It would go against every rule in the book.
All we're saying is that if there's someone out there who might possibly want to kill you, they could possibly succeed.
Who? I demand you name them.
For that, we have to call in an external consultant, and he has his own fees to apply.
No, you can't possibly both have my firstborn child. That doesn't add up.
His needs are more modest. A crate of finest whiskey.
That we can spare. Call him in.
A pleasure to meet you both in the flesh at last.
Oh, you've seen my portraits.
Bless you. No. Though I have seen you in my crystal ball many a time, and often I've seen your reflection as you pass along my shore.
We're wasting time. What is it that you have to tell us?
There's many a man can overthrow you, my lord. Many would like to as well. But only one man who combines both of those sterling qualities.
Who is it?
Macduff. That's the man who should be first to go.
Macduff? I don't believe it. My best friend, my loyal companion.
The man you locked up in your dungeon to rot.
Ah, I forgot about that.
Let him out. That's my advice. Let him out and throw him from the top of your tallest tower.
Well, I think that's a little extreme. I mean...
Consider it done. You may take your payments whenever you please. I'm sure you can find the cellars by yourself. As for you three hags, I dare...
Actually, none of us have passed.
Silence! You have tried to extort funds from the king. For that, the penalty is death. We will have you locked away.
I thought you said it was unwise to upset witches, my dear.
I'm not going to upset them. I'm going to infuriate them. And then we will see what may be done.
can't believe it.
So you keep saying.
I just can't believe it.
I told you, I never did like him.
That was just because we went out haggis hunting. I didn't get back until far too late. You can't tell me you ever thought they'd lock us up.
Well, that's because I never exactly expect them to be in a position to, shall we say.
Guys, you're not really supposed to talk.
Come in here and stop us.
Leave the poor guard alone. It's not as if they're to blame.
For the gate being locked.
Well,
look, you three witches, can't you magic us out of here?
It doesn't work like that.
For one thing, you can't do magic on iron.
For another thing, you can't do magic without dancing.
And, well, it's kind of against the rules.
You see, the council thinks you should be clever enough not to get caught so you wouldn't be locked up in the first place.
We're going to be in so much trouble.
Well, you're in quite a bit of trouble already. I saw them sharpening the axe while I was walking through the armory this morning.
They needed it, to be fair. You've got to look after your tools in this job.
What's that old saying?
Speak softly and carry a big stick.
No.
If you would have peace, prepare for war?
No.
A soft answer turneth away wrath?
No, it's... Oh, I remember. Never argue with a man with a big axe.
Sounds like solid common sense to me.
I beg your pardon?
So, are you telling us you can't get us out of there?
We're telling you we can't get ourselves out of here.
And we're too selfish to let you go without us.
We're stuck here for the time being, as long as that time being turns out to be.
Come again?
I'd rather not. I didn't even want to be here in the first place.
Well, that makes two of us then.
I think it's a fair few more than two. But you don't have to stay here if you don't want to. You're not locked in.
I can't. They'll shout at me and probably laugh at me too.
Look here. What's your name?
Private Giggler.
I bet that gets a few laughs.
Not as many as you'd think.
The point is, Private, sometimes in life you get shouted at. Sometimes in life you get laughed at. Sometimes you get locked up in the dungeons despite having done nothing wrong. But the point is, if you keep thinking like that, you'll stay locked up in the dungeons your whole life. You need to pull yourself together.
You're right.
Yes, I know I am.
I can do it. I can pull myself together, be an amazing soldier, become the best bard in the world.
Exactly.
You know, you've opened up a whole new world to me.
As have you to me. Well, what are we all waiting for?
That was incredible.
Just to remind you of our honeymoon.
I thought we agreed never to speak about that in company.
What a wonderful job. You make the most fabulous list.
Unfortunately, there are no vacancies at the moment. Try again in the next application cycle.
Well, I've had enough of this, Macduff. Kings and witches be damned. We're going up there, and we're going to sort this out once and for all.
They do have an army, my dear.
I don't think the army that trained that guard is going to pose any problem to us.
Everyone, look who it is!
I say, party, is it? Jolly good of you all to come. Can't say I remember inviting quite so many people, though.
This is wonderful. We can reset the whole game.
Games as well. Best kind of party. Let me just find my deck of cards.
But that's impossible. You're supposed to be dead.
But he is dead. Don't you see? The cape, the fangs, the bloodstained mouth. It all adds up. Oh, come on, guys. He's a vampire.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm the world's foremost vampire expert. He's no vampire.
Actually, I'm the world's foremost vampire expert. But he's right, though. Vampires are supposed to sparkle in the sun nowadays. A friend of mine told me.
He'd be lucky to see any sun round these parts. But this is... Look at him. They were just clearly right.
But that's amazing.
It is?
A king who will live forever. And he's not technically dead, so the crown is still his.
He looks pretty dead.
But that's because he's definitely not dead. He's definitely undead.
So we can go back to the start, right?
Go back to the very beginning. All we need is the laddie back, of course.
Oh, now that rings a bell. A civilised fellow, was he? You know, kind of damp-looking, handshake like a bit of pondweed, devilishly handsome.
That's the one.
Yes. Ate him, I'm afraid. Can't say what came over me, just a terrible thirst all of a sudden. Very embarrassing all around.
Right, well, I've had enough of this. Now, pass me that halberd.
The what?
The thing that looks like an axe on the end of a stick, next to the mace.
The what?
The thing that looks like an angry iron hedgehog on a stick. You guys never done any jousting before, but, oh, and I'll have a couple of those swords too. You know what those are, I hope. And what we're going to do with them is, we're going to go up there and teach that jumped up idiot a lesson or two, and he'd better watch out if he wants to come out of this in the same shape that he started in. We've got the rightful king here with us, and we're going to let everyone know about it. But enough talking. Everybody, grab something sharp and come with me.
It's a complicated story, I know.
No, it's just, why choose here for a holiday home? It rains quite a lot.
And the sun never shines.
And the food is odd.
Because the kitchens are rubbish.
You probably wouldn't understand. It's just that...
What?
Well, for vampires, that's kind of a good thing. I mean, you don't want to be collapsing into a pile of dust on the sunny beach of Brighton or something, do you?
Exactly. This castle was perfect for us. Right in the middle of a blood-soaked tragedy.
It's a shame. We're really going to miss you all, and whenever we see a wild haggis frolicking on the hillsides, we'll definitely think of you.
And whenever we accidentally derail the course of human history by going in search of a snack, Scotland will be in our hearts.
We just can't stay right now, though. We had a talk on the way down here, and Vlad and I have some things to work through at home, don't we, Vlad?
We do, oh dark and empty pit, which is my heart.
You say the sweetest things. Yep. So we just thought you all deserved the truth before we go.
But it just won't be the same without you. Are you sure we can't persuade you to stay for the coronation ball?
Oh, I'm not much of a dancer.
Actually, we just need a few extra hands to help with the snacks.
Garlic canapes.
I wondered where all my garlic had gone. How many did you make?
Actually, not all of the garlic was used for food. Some of it I made into a necklace for protection.
I wouldn't have thought someone needed to use much protection when they're wearing a necklace made of garlic.
No. I mean...
We know what you mean, and we understand.
So, just to be absolutely clear, you're not planning on taking over the kingdom anymore?
There's no point. Not now, all those lovely bloody murders won't be happening anymore. Anyways, Edwin said I'm not allowed any more kingdoms until I'm finished with the ones I already got. Which is probably fair, to be honest. Back home, we haven't even got onto crop rotation yet.
Well, that's a shame.
Why?
Well, you can't be any worse than the ones we have at the moment, right?
Don't say things like that, Lara.
Sorry, I know you're all for the monarchy and everything.
No, I don't want any more of my staff getting carted off to the dungeons. We still have a coronation dinner to serve, you know?
Actually, a little bird is telling me you might want to hold off on that. Can't tell you why, though. It's difficult to translate from bat into human. Gives me an awful headache whenever I try, too.
Good luck to you all, and stay out of the courtyard for the time being. That's all I'm saying.
The courtyard?
That's right. Now we really can't stay any longer, I'm afraid. Goodbye.
So, who else is coming to the courtyard?
An escape plan, I see. Very clever, but you won't get far.
You'll never get away with this.
So they tell me, but never is a long time. Sergeant!
Ma'am?
Arrest these people.
What? Again?
Yes, again, and again, and again, and again, until they finally learn that there is no sense in resisting us. We have the crown, the ultimate authority. Scotland is ours.
That is so uncool. Totes not here.
For once, Dad, you're right.
Yeah, this is totally not grooving, man.
This castle may be yours, but Scotland, this country, is not. You stole your throne, Macbeth, and I have the man you stole it from at my side. Stand aside now.
You have the three witches there with you, I see. It's amazing, isn't it, what people can be made to believe? And even more amazing, how they can be made to believe that they were made to believe it.
What?
Potions, charms, enchantments, and so on. When a peasant's mind is not their own, they may believe all sorts of unsavory things about the monarch.
Oh, you crap. Say whatever you want.
Careful, Clark. Remember, someone has to serve my Cullen skink.
Doesn't matter what you say. We're not as stupid as you think.
Yeah. I think you mean no.
It appears the kitchen staff were revolting, although we knew that anyway. Now, all this is a waste of time. Private killer! Fire!
You cowards!
I have it in a prophecy! Only one man can kill me, and he now lies dead!
Actually, the heartmost part of the left is most people think.
Kneel before me, people of Scotland, and accept the right and fitting punishment which I shall bestow!
Punishment? You can stick that right up your... I will not be careful. I've had enough of these two, and I don't care who knows it. So, whether you'll be coming with me or not, I'm going to go and give them a piece of my mind.
Well, that went well.
Well, we all nearly lost our witching licenses.
Well, Macbeth was overthrown, so isn't that all that matters?
I suppose. It gets fate back on track anyway.
I never thought he'd fall for that one-man thing.
Remind me, how did that work again?
Well, you see, it was all totally true. Macduff was the one man who could kill him, but in the end there was a lot more than one man against him. Just shows what people can do when they all come together. Don't be revoltingly sloppy.
Well, all's well that ends well. Bring on King Duncan.
A job well done, sisters.
Here are your majesty. A nice plate of your favourite garlic canapes. That will make you feel better.
No, wait!
Too late!
Now we're gone.
Rolling show was fun.
Sometime you guys should try it.
How's the food?
I don't mean to be rude. Garlic's not great for my diet.
It was tight, but we finally set it right.
Helps when you get some assistance.
Who goes there?
Oh, I swear all this marching is giving me blisters. Our story is done. Scotland is safe.
for more.
This axe we got was a steal.
Honestly, I'm bored, thinking about changing careers.
At least we're alive.
Cheeky gits, we've been dead for 300 years.
Everybody!
Story is done. Scotland is safe. There's only a few more minutes in this play. Now you might think it's brave and that Shakespeare is rolling in his grave. But that's our take on the Scottish.
We wanted chaos and terror to reign.
Our love would make even a rotten heart sing.
Our plan was for power and glory and fame.
But you can't trust the vampire to not drink the king. Our story